go to church?
The Muslim religion about 10 years ago.
Okay, so you're Dominican, right? You took the Muslim religion. Why did you take that?
I don't know, just to see different beliefs.
Okay, so you're searching during that time, right?
Yeah.
So now, the Bible says what? God's will will be done, right? So now, is God's will a part of the Muslims' will and belief? Yes? How so?
Believe in God.
That's all right, sis. So they believe in God, you say, right? So it says God's will be done on earth. So now, we got to understand, because Islam is a big religion. It's the second biggest religion on the planet Earth. Right or wrong? And many people follow Islam because it has order and it has establishment. They provide jobs and they have women in order and men in order, right? But, my brother, wait 1 second. So you've been searching, right? So if you don't know the historical reference of Islam, you would never have went into it. Because if you know the history behind it and how our people came off the slave trades as Muslims, you'll say, no, I'm not going to join into that. That's the religion that persecuted.
So what religion is this?
It's not a religion. It's the nationality of a people. Give me Jeremiah 3 verse 1. So the people, which go teach
So
today?
where are you reading from? Like what?
The Holy Bible. The Bible is a prophetic book of who? The Israelites. A prophetic of our history. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. That we what? Our ancestors. The reason why we went to slavery because we broke God's laws. The reason why we're tied up in religion is because what? We did the same thing our forefathers always have done. Check this out.
Jeremiah 3 and 1?
Verse 2. Verse 1.
Jeremiah 3 verse 1. They say, if a man put away his wife.
They say if a man put away his wife, that's common. When you have a wife, sometimes some men put them away, right? For what reason?
And she goes from him.
And the wife goes from that man, read on.
And become another man.
And she marries another man, read on.
Shall he return unto her again?
So shall that man take that wife back unto her again? No, that's bugged out, right? Why would you why would you depart from your wife, another man sleep with her, and you sleep with her again? Makes no sense. She's been defiled. Read on.
Shall not that land be greatly polluted?
Shall not that land making reference to what? Her private parts, her vagina. Shall not that land be greatly polluted? He have another man go into the wife. So why would the man go back into her again when she's been defiled by another man's seed? Read on.
But thou hast played the harlot.
But thou, who's the thou? God is speaking to Jeremiah the prophet. Jeremiah was a prophet to the biblical Israelites. He spoke to his people. So, but God said to Jeremiah, to the Israelites, what?
But thou hast played.
But thou, Israel, has what?
Has played.
The Israelites has played what?
The harlot.
Meaning, we have played the harlot. What are some attributes of a harlot? She sleeps around many guys, right? So God says what the Israelites have played the harlot because what? Israel has always slept with different religions, different philosophies. You have the Israelites going to Christianity. We sleep in with another God. We went into what? Muslim, Islam. We went to Buddhism, Hinduism. We went to Africanism, Egyptology. We have played the harlot because God, we are espoused to Him. God is our husband, man. We're supposed to follow after God, but we go outside of marriage. Read on. A nationality. That's what I'm trying to say. The religion of our fathers is not the modern day religion. The religion is our laws. What's your nationality?
I'm African.
You're African? Were you born in Africa?
I was born here.
You're born here. So you be considered so-called African American.
I guess.
Okay. So what religion are you a part of? Muslim. Okay, now let's get more into it. This is the reason why, sis. The Bible's a historical book, and I'm going to show you history, how we learned Islam. You know,
But thou hast played the harlot with many lovers.
with many other religions, many different gods. Read on.
Yet return again to me.
So God says, yet, even though you have gone outside of my laws and went to other gods, God says, yet return unto me. Who's me? The Bible. Because the Bible is how we're supposed to conduct ourselves, how we're supposed to live by God's laws. So God says, yet, even though you went outside to Christianity, Buddhism, Islam, return unto me. Read on.
Again to me, saith the Lord.
Now here's the point. Read on.
Lift up thine eyes unto the high places and see where thou hast not been in.
Read on.
With in the ways that thou set for them.
This is the point. Read it again.
Oh.
Read it again.
All right. Lift up thine
Now
eyes
God says, lift up the eyes, read on.
unto the high places,
The high places, the places where you sacrifice and worship other gods. Read on.
and see where thou hast not been laying with.
And see what thou hast not been laying with. Meaning, see what's gods that you have not committed yourself with. Read on.
In the ways hast thou set for them,
And the ways have you Israelites, you blacks, set for them. Who is the them? God's going to make reference to who the them is. Read on.
as the Arabians,
And the what?
as the Arabians,
See who thou hast not was set in the ways by who?
as the
As
Arabians,
the Arabians. Who are the Arabians? The Arabs, right? And the what?
in the wilderness.
In the wilderness. Now, let's get historical reference points. Because the Bible, this is a prophecy being spoken by Jeremiah. Read that again. That last verse. Read that last verse.
In the ways hast thou set
In the
for
ways
them.
have thou set for them. Because if you know history, sis, which you probably do, right? Because Muslims know history. So, in the ways that has not lined with them. When you go back into 560, 600 AD, around that time period, you have the conquest of Mohammedan conquest. Where you have Muhammad, he went through the different lands, persecuting the Jews. He went to Islam, and he brought war against these Arab countries. Why? To bring Islam. Because what? The Arabs worship about 365 gods. One god for each day of the year. So Muhammad said, no, we're going to bring a true religion, a pure religion. So he bring Islam to the people. And what happened? When he brought Islam to the people, he came across the Jews. Because Muhammad knew the Jews had a true way. So what did he start doing? He started persecuting the Jews, and he converted a lot of the Jews into Islam to become Muslim. Read that part again.
In the ways hast thou set for them,
In the ways that we set for who?
as the Arabians,
As the Arabians, and where?
in the wilderness.
Because when Muhammad, he conquered us, we set for them. They gave us two choices. You can convert or you can die. So what do you think a lot of people did? Converted, right? So that's why a lot of slaves that docked the slave ship, sis, guess what were they? They came up as Muslims. Because why? They converted to Islam. Because they said Islam's a black man religion. Give me Deuteronomy 32 verse 17. So we learned Islam from the Arabs. Now read 32 verse 17.
Deuteronomy 32 verse 17. They sacrificed unto devils.
So God says that true Israelites sacrifice unto devils. Christianity is a devil. This is Caesar Borgia. We sacrifice unto devils. Read on.
Not to God.
Not to God. Read on.
To gods whom they knew not.
To God whom they knew not. Read on. So we sacrifice unto devils. Unto gods which we knew not. What gods did the Israelites sacrifice unto? Give me Jeremiah 2 verse 27. So it says, we sacrifice unto devils, unto gods that we knew not. Because Islam is a new religion on this earth. That didn't come up during the time until Muhammad came up. You know the history, right? So, just to give you historical reference points, this is the sub-Saharan slave trade. When the Arabs were killing the Jews, the Israelites. You ever heard of the sub-Saharan slave trade? When the Africans and Arabs were selling what? The blacks? Those were other Africans were selling other Africans. Arabs were selling Africans. Arabs and Africans were selling Jews. That's in the Bible. That's right. But the Bible says we sacrifice to devils, gods which we knew not. This is the God that the Israelites did not know. Jeremiah 2 verse 27.
Jeremiah 2 verse 27. Saying to a stock.
Saying to a stock. Read on.
Thou art my father.
Thou art my father. Saying to a piece of wood. Thou art my father. Because you have Christians praying to what? The wood of Christ on a cross like this. A crucified image of the beast. We pray to a stock. Read on.
And to a stone.
And to a what?
A stone.
And to a what?
A stone.
What did it say, sis? A stone. What do you guys do every year? You have a famous conquest. The yearly what? Yes. What do? The yearly starts with H. Hajj. What do they do during the yearly Hajj? Pray, and then what do you do during a prayer? You kiss what? A Kaaba what? Kaaba what?
What do you mean by Kaba what?
What is it called? Kaba what?
Al
Kaba wood?
No.
A Kaba rock?
No.
A Kaba what? Stone.
It's not a stone.
You make it? Kaba stone is? Yes.
I never heard of that.
Look it up. Kaba stone. Look it up. Because you never heard it. It's true. That's a rock. He said a meteor came from the sky. It was given from Abraham. Abraham gave to Ishmael. The God says what?
Say to a stop.
To a stop, you know?
Thou art my father.
To a father, thou art thy father, read on.
And to a stone.
And to a stone what?
Thou hast brought me forth. For they have turned their back unto me.
We have turned our back unto God. So give me Leviticus 26 verse 1. So we say to God, the cobblestone, that is God manifested on earth. God's spirit was within that. They killed Cobble means black stone. Just the Vicky just brought out, cobble means black stone. That's a historical definition to cobblestone. Look it up, sis. We gotta be a people of knowledge. We must seek out wisdom to know what doctrines that we're into. They could be false. So give me Leviticus 26 verse 1. Because what? The Arabs, Islam, do they not read the Bible, sis? They believe in the Bible, right? So if you read the Bible, you must believe in what's in the Bible, right? So, you must believe in the laws of God, right?
Isn't the Bible from Christianity?
Huh?
The Bible.
Christianity, the Bible was before Christianity. Modern day Christianity was created during the Council of Nicaea.
So which religion is that Bible from?
There's no religion.
So there's no religion in the
No,
world.
the religion of our forefathers was the laws. Well, hold on for a second. Leviticus 26 verse 1.
Leviticus 26 verse 1. You shall make no.
Now, verse 1, 26 verse 1. Now, a lot of Islam, you have Farrakhan teachers from the Bible. Malcolm X taught from the Bible. Elijah Muhammad taught from the Bible. Right? Because what? Why don't they ever go to the Quran? Why do they always make reference to the Bible? Because the Quran is a book of recitation. What's in recite? The Bible. The Bible is the original.
He shall make you no idol.
God says, you shall make you no idol. Read on.
No graven image.
Nor graven image, read on.
Neither wear you up a standing image.
Rather rear you up a standing image, read on.
Neither he set up an image of stone.
Neither set up an image of what?
Of stone.
Neither set up an image of what?
Of stone.
Neither set up an image of what?
Of stone.
Carve a stone was an image that was set up in Mecca. That's why they make that behind. But if you believe in the Bible and the laws of God, you must believe in this against Islam. Muslims.
Neither shall ye set up.
God says, neither shall ye set up a commandment by God.
Any image of stone.
Any image of what?
Of stone. In your land.
In your land. In Mecca, the biggest slave port. Did you know that? Did you know that, sis? No, you did not. Mecca was the biggest slave port that transported slaves. And they sold it. The trans-Saharan slave trade, sis. So it says, don't get ready up a stone. But you did not know this. Why? Because the true prophets of God have not taught you. Because many of our people follow what? They follow Islam because, why do you follow Islam? You was born into it. Okay, so maybe you were born to it. Your father teacher?
Yes.
Now the reason your father taught you is what? It was order. It was unity, right? Give me from Psalm verse 19. So, a lot of people follow Islam because it's order, it's unity. Now they said, who are the Israelites? What are you guys doing for the people? So, black people like to follow something that's moving. But now God is saying this to you. Islam is not of God. Worshipping a rock and a stone is not of God. Can we learn that in Mecca? You think you don't. You think you worship God, but we're going to get that. Read on.
So it's 50 verse 21. These things hast thou done, and I kept silent. Thou thoughtest that I was altogether such as and one as thyself.
So God is speaking to what? David, King David. He's saying what these things, because the other nations are persecuting his true people, keeping us from the true knowledge of God. Read on.
But I will reprove thee and set them in order.
God God says he will prove us and set us in order. Read on.
before thine eyes.
So God's doing right now, setting the Israelites in order before the nation's eyes. Because when Islam was coming up, you have Malcolm, you have Elijah Muhammad, they'll send the people in order, blacks and Hispanics, black people primarily. So now that the Israelites are on scene, we're to set you guys back in order, bring you back into the true knowledge. Now give me Joel 3.
Yeah. Sister, can I ask you a question? Yeah, man, in religion, Islam, you eat shrimp?
Shrimp? I only eat halal food. I eat lamb, beef, that's it. Chicken, lamb, yeah, that's it. I don't eat seafood, and I only eat halal food, that's it. No, I don't like fish.
Only halal food.
Huh?
Only halal. Lamb, beef, and chicken, right? Oh, those two things, right? Okay, give me Baruch 4. Hold on. Listen to this.
Baruch 4, verse 1. This is the book of the commandments of God.
This book here, the Bible, this is the book of the commandment of God, right? Listen to what God said.
And the law that endureth forever.
Because we're not finding the law in Islam. In the book of Islam, we don't find no laws there. But God's let you know this is his book. That's where laws gonna be found here. You understand? Go ahead.
All they that keep it shall come to life.
If you keep these laws that is in this book, you're gonna have life in you, right? Go ahead.
But such as leave it shall die.
Okay, whoever leave this book is gonna die. What die? What death you think?
How we all die. But death, yeah.
You're gonna be dead because you're not taking this. Give me Isaiah, what's that, 34:6. Remember, this is the book of the law. They have not mentioned the Islam book. Okay, pay attention to what the Lord's saying to you.
Isaiah 34, verse 16. Seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read.
What book we should seek out of the book? Which book is that? Which book? The Bible, right? Read it again for the sake.
Seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read.
Which book? That is the book of the Lord. We should seek. Is that
I seek from the Quran. I seek from the Quran.
yeah, but the book the Lord wants us to seek out is the Bible.
But that's not the way I read it.
Seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read.
In the Quran it says the same thing, that we should seek ye out of the Quran instead of this book. No, it don't talk about Arab people, it talk about Muslim people. Muslim people don't have to be only Arab people, because I'm Muslim, but I'm not Arab. I'm Muslim. Yeah.
What makes this different than the Islam book? Not all people can be Israelites. You have to be born an Israelite. Right.
So we could never be Israelites.
No, you have to be born an Israelite.
So if you're not Israelite,
If you're not from the 12th tribe of the nation of Israel, there is no life in you. You understand what I'm saying to you?
So
God wants you to understand that.
so Africans are not gonna Israel. So Africans are not Israelites.
Yeah, we got Israel everywhere. The
Yeah.
churches of Israel is gonna scatter throughout the world. So don't you think our people sleep with their Africans? Don't you think we the same way we sleep with the white men today? The same way we sleep with the other nations today? Don't you think Israel is among all nations, sister? So that's why Christ said, "My sheep who heard my voice." Who are the sheep of Christ? The Israelites. You understand? Which is gonna be throughout the earth. You understand that? They got Israelite in China. They got Israelite in Africa. They got Israelite as you know in the island, Haiti, Jamaica. They got Israelite throughout the earth.
Okay,
Because that was a part of the curse.
one day I was watching your video on YouTube, and they said and I saw this on YouTube. I seen this on YouTube, and they said all white people are going to hell. Is that true or not? Because you're not.
That's what the Bible says. That's what God said. Remember, that's why they have to serve. So that they name. You might change it to an Islam.
I have an African last name, Saho. That's nowhere else. It's African.
Okay, you have an African last name. Who ruled over Africa?
Huh?
Who you think that was the African? Where you got that name Africa from? Where you think that name Africa came from? That was a white man name, sister. All these research you have to do for yourself. But guess what? Out of the knowledge we've been out to you, able to filter all these out, sister. That's all. Remember, by your statement, saying that all white men will be destroyed, right?
That's what I heard from you guys. I was watching a video on YouTube. There was at Times Square, and it was like a big brawl. Yes, and they said all white people are going to hell. That they're not going to heaven.
This is what the Bible says. Go ahead.
Malachi 2, verse 1. The burden of the word of the Lord to Israel by Malachi. I have loved you, said the Lord.
God said, God love you, the Israelites, says the Lord, right? Pay attention.
Yet he said, where has thou loved us?
The Israelites tell the Lord, when did you love us? We're in captivity. How could you love us? We're still in the bottom, Lord. Go ahead.
Was not Esau Jacob's brother?
It's not Esau, Jacob, brother. He's talking about two nationality. Esau and Jacob is two different nationality. You understand that? Go ahead.
Said the Lord. Yet I loved Jacob and I hated Esau.
Why God is saying that here? He loved Jacob, which is the 12th tribe of Israel, but he hated the other nation, they call the white man coming out of Esau. You understand? Because you don't know the history behind what God is doing. That's what he said here. Read it again for the sister.
How they created.
Was not Esau Jacob's brother?
You know the difference? Give me a second, Edge. I'm going to show you.
They're created, right?
I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you. Because I'm not going to use my word. I want the Bible to speak for itself. Listen.
Second Ezra 16, verse 66. What will he do? Second Ezra 6, verse 54.
Listen to this.
And after these, Adam also, whom thou makest Lord of all thy creatures, of him come we all.
We all come from Adam. Am I right or wrong? Listen to this. Go ahead.
And the people also, whom thou hast chosen.
Also out of Adam there was a people who was chosen. The Israelite was chosen out of the sons of Adam. Go ahead.
All this have I spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sakes.
The whole world created for the Israelites' sake, whom he had chose. The whole planet Earth created for the Israelites. That's right.
What was Adam?
Now listen. I'm going to let you speak. Let the scripture speak, then I'm going to ask you. Then you can.
That's why.
Okay, go ahead. Read it again.
What was Adam? What was he? He's Israel. He's Israelite.
Adam was the first creation, right?
Yeah. Was he white?
Was he white? No, Adam coming from the earth. That's it. Adam was coming, every man and woman coming from the earth. He was a brown, like black man. Adam was a black man. Go ahead.
And after thee, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures.
Lord, Adam was made Lord over all creatures. Listen to this.
Of him come we all.
Go ahead, we all from Adam. Go ahead.
And the people also, whom thou hast chosen.
Go ahead.
All this have I spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sake. As for the other peoples, which also have added.
That's where your question is. The other people who also come out of it, which is the white man, the Japanese, the Chinese, the African, the East Indian, the Arab. You want to know why God made them for? We want to know that. Am I right or wrong? Go ahead.
Thou hast said, they are nothing.
God said they are somebody.
They are nothing.
But why God said out of Adam he chose people. But he said the other nations, they what?
They are nothing but like a spittle.
You want to answer that?
A dispittle? What's a dispittle?
That means nothing. The other nation, God was their name, your servants.
So
They're made for our service, to serve us.
So you're
Because
saying,
the whole world was created for us.
so
And
it's
today
saying,
we waste some people.
so it's saying God created nothing that's gonna get burned in hell.
I'm listening.
That's what it's telling me right now,
I
right?
want you to explain it to me.
What I understood out of it, you said all white people is going to hell, right?
We're not only talking about white people.
Not only white people.
Concentrating white people.
Because
Why
this
you
is
concentrating the masses?
because this is what
So
I
much?
heard. This is what I saw. So I'm going
Not
from
only
my
the white people
experience.
gonna serve. All nation will serve.
Okay, anybody
But
who's not
the
Israel.
West, listen to this. The west of the white people gonna be destroyed out of the planet Earth.
So anybody
After they
who's
serve.
not Israeli are going to hell. That's what you're trying to
What
say,
is
right?
hell? So I know you understand. What is hell?
Hell. The opposite of heaven, right?
I'm gonna explain what is hell. Because the hell you're looking at hell right now, sister, you in hell. Your condition is hell.
Because I'm Muslim.
No, the condition we live in now is hell, sister.
I know this is
We
hell.
don't have our own money. We don't control society. We're living in hell. Our condition is hell. What you think hell was?
Hell is
That's why
worse.
you know that you're not learning anything here.
This is not hell.
Oh, to you it's not.
I'm living, I'm breathing. This is not hell.
Isaiah 5, verse 13. Therefore, all people are going into captivity
Go ahead. Listen to this. Listen what the Lord said.
because they have no knowledge, and their honorable men are famished, and their multitude dried up with thirst. Therefore, hell hath enlarged herself.
Why they're going to hell? Because they was cast down from their rulership. Hell is a condition, sister. You worry about the lake of fire, the end of every mankind. Guess what? It's a lake of fire where people gonna die. Remember, guess what? This is hell. Our people, the Israelites in hell. Because we don't have our identity. We don't know who we are. Like you, for example, follow after Islam. That's foolishness, sister. Because you don't know your knowledge. You don't know who you are. You don't know your purpose in life. That's why you follow after Islam. Religion is garbage. Me.
Therefore, hell hath enlarged herself and opened her mouth without measure.
Why hell is opening their mouth without measure, sister? Because we're in captivity. Because we're in a lower state. What you think hell was? Hell, you thinking you're already to hell. But guess what? Are you not working? You working for yourself? You working for yourself, right? Who's the master over you? Who control the whole thing here? Your father control everything here? So who control it, sister?
God.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Give me Deuteronomy 28. I'm going to show you who control it. The Bible going to tell you who control that whole thing. Read Deuteronomy 28. Verse, what is it, 47, 46, 48? Yeah, start it. I'm going to show you, sister. I'm not getting on you. This is the knowledge of Most High God, sister. Pay attention to what God said. Go ahead.
Deuteronomy 28, verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies.
You know who's the master over us? Our enemy. Go ahead.
Which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in what? Of all things.
Read it from the beginning.
Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies.
We don't want to keep God's laws. The Israelites didn't want to keep God's laws. God said that what?
You're going to serve thine enemies.
We're going to serve our enemy. Who did this to us, sister? There's a friend of yours who did that to you? Who put us in here? How we get here? There was a friend of yours? The white man is your friend? Yeah, who put you in shackles and chains? That was a friend? You think that was a friend, right? Because you are foolish. Who did that to our people? There was a friend who did that? Who raped our sisters, murder our brothers, rape our brothers? Who did that? A friend? We.
Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies.
Because we didn't want to keep God's laws, God sent the white man as an enemy to us. The white man did that to our people. We.
Which the Lord shall send against thee.
Send the white man against us for rebellion.
Which the Lord shall send against thee.
Go ahead.
In hunger.
In hunger. If we need any food, who we go? Who we turn to? Your own people? The master, sister.
What's that say here, sis? What's that say? It says Arab transfer, Arab slave trade, right? So who's involved in this? Who do you see here? Who are these guys? Those are Arabs, right? Those are Arabs. These are Arabs. You were born and raised in Islam, correct? You asked the question about white folk. What about white folk? What were you asking about white folk?
I see the video on YouTube.
Of Who? Okay, go ahead.
I don't think it was you guys, it was the group.
Right.
And it was at times where it was like a brawl between the white people.
And them.
Like, yeah, because they said all white people go to hell.
Right.
I didn't see, and now today he said it's not only white people, it's like anybody who's not in Israel.
Let me ask you a question.
I asked him a question about that.
Let me ask you a question. You go into the Bible, right? Who would the Bible focus on? What nations to focus on? All nations? Okay, let me be more specific. You first open the Bible, right? First open it up. You read about Moses. Who did Moses deal with? All nations? Who did David deal with? All nations? Solomon? Jeremiah? Ezekiel? Did they deal with all nations? No. Who they deal with? Who they deal with? Their own people, right? You go into the Bible, says the Bible is a historical book that deals with the historical people that their God gave laws to. You understand? You saw 1.9? 19. You go into the Bible, sister, our God gave us laws, the commandments, to govern amongst ourselves. The Arabs have their own nation, right? Arabs have their own nation. For example, Arabs will move into our neighborhoods, right? Move into our neighborhoods and they'll open up a store, restaurants, laundromats, discount stores. Who do they usually hire? Why? You don't know why? Just think about it. Why? Why do you think when these nations, whites, Asians, Arabs, Africans, they move into our communities, open stores amongst us, right? Why do they hire only their own people and not us, along with them? Most of the time. Why do you think that is? Why do they hire their own people? Huh?
I don't know.
You know why? You don't want to say. You know why? Because they're unified. Because they understand they have a common culture, they have common ancestry, and they look out for each other. They're unified. They're organized. You understand? When you are in Islam, Islam is a religion that accepts all, correct? Is Christianity the same? Right. Now, let me ask you a question. What religions primarily were involved in the slave trade of our people? Which ones? The whites that bought us, what were they? What was their religion?
The whites that brought us here?
The ones that bought us, that bought Negroes here in slavery. Okay, let me help you out. Let me ask you again. When the white man brought us here in slave ships, who they teach us? They told us that, right? What's this called today? What religion is that? Huh? What religion? Christianity, right? So they were what? Correct. Now, you go here. You got the trans-Saharan slave trade, right? You got the African here. You got the Arab here, the black one, the real one. The Portuguese here, the man here, white man here. What are they doing? Look right here. Look at that. Look here. See that? What are they doing with this man? What are they doing? The African, the Arab, and the white man, what are they doing? This is a pictorial slave trade book. We didn't draw this ourselves. It's a pictorial slave trade book that shows interaction of these three particular nations selling what? Right. I said Arab there, I said African there, and a white man there. What are they discussing? What are they doing with him? Right, they're examining him. He's business. The primary religions of the slave trade was Islam and Christianity. And both religions push the same thing. Both religions push all nations come together. You realize according to the Bible, God doesn't deal with that? That causes confusion? You go into Genesis, the Tower of Babel. What was that about? All nations doing what? Coming together. That was never God's intention. But real quick, read that real quick. Psalm 47.
Psalm 147 verse 19. He showed this word unto Jacob.
So God gave this Bible, his word, unto Jacob. Jacob is the father of these 12 here. This nation here, us. Go ahead.
His statutes and his judgments unto Israel.
Saying it again, he gave his statutes and his judgments, his Bible, our laws, the commandments, unto Israel, a nation. Go ahead.
He has not done so with any nation.
God did not what?
Have not done so with any nation.
God did not give this Bible to everyone else. He gave it to only Israel. Go ahead.
And as for his judgment,
As for the consequences of breaking God's laws,
they have not known them.
because he didn't give them the Bible. This Bible is now a book for all nations of people. Modern Christianity was pushed by the so-called white man to include all races together. That's a Greek doctrine. Give me First Maccabees 1 real quick. I'm gonna show you that doctrine, Islam. Are you Islam in terms of NOI, or are you Islam in terms of Middle Eastern Sunni? Which one are you? Sunni, Middle Eastern one. Okay. 1 and 41. So, y'all believe that if you have faith in Allah, God, that you'll be, by faith, we're all children of God, correct? What do Christians teach? What does modern Christianity teach? To be children of God, right? Is that the same thing? It's the same thing. The same religion that was used to enslave us is the same religion that you were brought up in, that you were taught. It's the same, they parallel each other, they're parallel. The Arabs and Africans got together during from 700 to 1910 and had the slave trade going on. White folks came later on. That created what is called the transatlantic slave trade. Because slavery originally was started here and it was going all throughout here, even here. It says, what did I say there? Say it loud, everybody hear you. What did it say?
Arab slave trade to Asia.
What did it say?
The Arab slave trade to Asia.
Arab slave trade to Asia. So who are Arabs selling us to? Asians. Who are Asians today? Name them. What they call today? Chinese, Japanese, Koreans. Some Arabs were selling us to Asian people prior to the white man's arrival, which is the Portuguese, to Africa. So Islam is a religion that accepts all people, but turned around and sold a particular people into slavery. Why is this? Why is this? Because that religion does not deal with the most side of the Bible. That's why. Right. Read it. Hold on.
Islam said Arabs trade.
But the Arabs that were selling us were Islamic. It was the Islamic regime. Muhammad, I had the books. Muhammad, he spread Islam by the sword. You have many pagan Muslims, pagan Arabs. They worship the moon god, known as Hubal. That was his name. He was the primary moon god of all the gods of the Arabs. There were 360 gods, but there was a primary god. They called him Allah, meaning the god. So then he said, rather than worship all 360, let's worship the main one. Let's just worship that one. Why worship all 360? Worship that the Jews have one God. That we were monotheistic. Why worship all 360? Let's worship the main one. So he introduced monotheism to the Arabs based on the ideals or religion of us who we encountered during his travels. Then when he was successful in forcing his people out of polytheism into worshiping Allah or Hubal, who later on was changed to Allah, meaning God or the power, Elohim, same thing. He said, okay, now that I've convinced y'all to follow Islam, you Jews, you follow it too. He said, no, I'm not going to follow. You got that from us. He said, well, either you follow Islam or I'm going to kill you or sell you in slavery. So many of us chose to be martyrs and we got put to death. As you can see right here, he has a whip. That's a woman right there being beaten because she said, I'm not going to be no mother. Because a lot of us got sold into slavery. From 700 AD all the way to 1910 AD. The slave trade of the Arabs lasted 1,200 years. 1,200 years. Read that, please.
First Maccabees 1 Verse 41.
I'm going to show you the philosophy of Islam and Christianity all take you back to European philosophy. Read that. The Arabs and Europeans mixed together, a lot of them. That's why over there in Egypt you have those white Arabs over there. Those are Turks over there. Arabs and white folks mixed together are Turks. Ottoman Turks, which is also an Islamic regime that pushed Islam throughout the known world. So the Ottoman Empire, when they conquered us and sold us in slavery as well. Go ahead.
First Maccabees 1, verse 41. Moreover, King Antiochus,
this is a Greek king named King Antiochus. Go ahead.
wrote to his whole kingdom that all should be one people.
What did he say?
That all should be one people.
It's a Greek doctrine, a Greek philosophy. He said all should be one people. Now, here in what is called, sister, what's your name? What's your name? Aisha? Okay, that's Aisha. In America, what are we all called? All nations called. What do we call our title? What do they call us in America? What do we call us? You and I. Aside from that. Black, what else? Negro. What do we call? Black, what else? No, this is our race.
Black, niggas, Negroes.
African American, right?
Yeah.
You have Chinese American, you have French American, but all of us have that title. American this, American, Caucasian American, British American, right? So whenever you come into America, you are given that title. Something American, blank American, this American, Latin American, right? Read it again.
Moreover, King Antiochus wrote to his whole kingdom that all should be one people, and everyone should leave his laws.
That's what Muhammad did. Everyone should leave their laws, but don't follow your God no more. Go ahead.
So all the heathen agreed.
All the other nations that agreed, because at this time Greek was the dominating nation on the earth. Muhammad's time, the Arabs dominated. They pushed Islam all throughout Africa. And a lot of our people, like the movie The Show Roots, Alex Haley, with Kunta Kinte, he said Allah, because a lot of us, when it brought up the slave ships, a lot of us accepted Islam over death. Some said death, some said Islam. So you being born and raised in it, you may say, well, I don't believe that. I was born and raised in it. That's all I know. That's understood. That goes for this too. A lot of us were born and raised in this. We say he look like that. They go, no, not my Jesus. So it's the same thing with you. It's only parallel. It's the same thing. But you must understand the Quran, which means what? Recitation. Because they say Muhammad couldn't read or write, so he had men. So he would speak. They would write down what he said. So they call recitation. But he himself was reciting the Bible. You understand? Because he learned from the Jews and he incorporated it into his own religion. So the Quran means to recite. But the Quran does not give you knowledge of self, does it? Let me put it this way. Does the Quran explain who we are as a people according to the Bible? For example, the Arabs under Islam, they understand that they're what? That their forefather is who?
The Arabs?
Who's their forefather? Ishmael. You know, Abraham, Isaac.
That's prophets.
Huh?
That's the prophets.
Ishmael? Ishmael's the father of who? Of the Arabs. That's their forefather. They acknowledge that. So the Arabs acknowledge the Bible because their forefather is in there. Who's their forefather in the Bible?
In the Bible. In the Bible.
Who's the so-called black man? The Arabs, who are Islamic, acknowledge that Ishmael is their father. Who's their father?
I don't read the Bible. I only read the Quran. I don't read the Bible. I just
The Quran references the Bible. The Quran references Abraham, references Isaac and Jacob, references Ishmael. So when you read the Quran, you gotta know who the people are. You gotta know because the Quran has no foundation of the Bible. Because the Quran references the Bible. Right. So you have to know when you read the Quran, it mentions Abraham. Well, who's Abraham? Where's he from? Who's his father? Who's his wife? Who's Sarah? Who's Ishmael? Where did Ishmael come from? You gotta know these things. So if the Arabs understand that Ishmael is their forefather, according to the Quran, let's still stick to that. According to the Quran, who's your forefather of your people?
It's the same thing. There's no difference. Ishmael.
Ishmael is not the father of the black race. He's the father of the Arabs. Black, Negroes. Who's the forefather of the Arab? He's the forefather of the so-called Arabs today. Who's the forefather of the so-called Negroes today, according to the Quran? That's the best answer you gave today. I don't know, and that's the problem. You don't know your nationality. That's the reason why most of my people follow religions or are born and raised in religions that embrace everybody, because everybody know who they are but us. So everyone else has an identity and something to gravitate to. So we're gonna what? We're gonna go and go, well, let's embrace everybody. So if you can't embrace, you don't know who we are, let's embrace everybody. That's the religion that destroys black families, Aisha, today. It's called the delusion of inclusion. That's what Islam pushes, that's what Christianity pushes. And that keeps our people divided, primarily. Most of the time, mostly, Islam is a very violent religion. And a lot of our brothers, not all of them, but a lot of our brothers who are in Islam, a lot of them are in jail, a lot of them commit murder, a lot of them sell drugs. I know the person. Islam, assalamu alaikum, and they selling crack. Here you go, brother. I sell drugs on Muslims who are drug dealers sell drugs to those who are not Muslims. That's their logic. So in jail, to be defended from getting raped, you gotta be a Muslim. So a lot of our people will follow religions to save their butthole in jail or to find a sense of belonging. The Quran does not give you that sense of belonging. The Arabs who invented or created the Islamic religion today, they know who their forefather is. You don't know who your forefather is. So how does that benefit you? The Arabs know the Quran, they know about Ishmael, they know about Muhammad. That's their forefathers. Muhammad is of the Quraysh family, the Quraysh tribe, which goes back to Ishmael. What tribe do you come from? You don't even know. The Quran don't tell you. But y'all will say, my father's Ishmael. No, he's not. He's not your father. That's the father of the Arabs. Who is your forefather? And your answer was, I don't know. That's the best answer. Give me Deuteronomy 28, 37. You don't know. And that's the problem with our people today. Our people don't know who they are. That's why they don't embrace everybody else but themselves. They don't know who they are, but they're going to embrace those who do know who they are.
Deuteronomy 28, verse 37. And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all nations, whither the Lord shall lead thee.
Among all nations where now they're called blacks. Like I know the Arabs call us Kushi. Kushi, that means nigger. Kushi. Kushi, or Africans call us Akata, meaning cow picker, or you got nigger, you got spook, or spade, eggplant, moolie, spear chucker, all of that. Darky, jig. Now you have the thing here, this is a Bible dictionary, right? It says Ishmaelite. And Ishmaelite is a descendant of Ishmael. It says all Arabs, following Muhammad's example, claim descent from Ishmael. See that? They claim this. That's their forefather. Now, watch this. Who's your forefather? Are you what's your nationality? You say? African. Right. I figured you said that. Look up Ham here. Yeah. Shit. I got it. Watch this. Give me a moment. Right.
Ham, the youngest son of Noah.
Ham is the youngest son of Noah. Go ahead.
Born probably about 96 years before the flood. He became the progenitor of the dark races.
Stop. What progenitor means? It means the forefather. Father means before. Genitor means the generator. Progenitor. The procreator. Go ahead.
He became the progenitor of the dark races.
Stop. So Ham is the progenitor of dark races. Right? Are we a dark race? Right. Go ahead.
not the Negro.
Whoa, wait a minute. Wait a minute. It says not the Negro.
Right.
Now, Negro mean black, and black's a dark color. So how can Ham be the father of dark races, but not Negroes? Let's see who he's the father of. Read.
But the Egyptians,
He's the father of the Egyptians, which are what? What are Egyptians today? Right, go ahead.
Ethiopians,
What are they? Go ahead.
Libyans,
What are they? Go ahead.
and Canaanites.
That's South Africa. Africans. Okay, but it says not the Negroes. Ham is the father of African nations, but not the Negro. What's the scholar saying here? That Negroes and Africans aren't the same father. Right. That's what they're saying there. Ham is the father of the Africans. We're Semitic. Us and Israel are the same father. Ishmael's father is Shem. Our father is Shem. His father is Ishmael. Our father is Isaac. You understand? And then Jacob. He's our forefather's older brother. Isaac's our forefather. Ishmael's their forefather. And they know that. When the Arabs saw this, they called us the people of the book. That's what they called us, the Arabs.
This is Babylon to Timbuktu, page 133. As the historical evidence indicates, the Bible is the historical book, Aisha. The historical book. Go ahead. The black Hebrews were snatched from the west coast of Africa. The black Hebrews were snatched from the west coast of Africa. Go ahead. And sold into captivity. We were sold into captivity. Go ahead, go on page 84. Page 84. In the year 65 BC, the Roman armies under General Pompey captured Jerusalem. Rome took over our homeland. In 70 AD, General Vespasian and his son Titus put an end to the Jewish state. These Roman emperors put an end to our rulership. Go ahead. With great slaughter. Go ahead. During the period of the military governors of Palestine, many outrages and atrocities were committed against the residue of the people. Those who remained there were sold as slaves. Go ahead. During the period from Pompey to Julius, it has been estimated that over 1 million Jews fled into Africa. Right where? It has been estimated that over 1 million Jews fled into Africa. Fled into Africa. That's why they attacked that main region there. We fled from Jerusalem, Roman persecution, into Africa for refuge. That's it. Fleeing from Roman persecution. Flee from what? Roman persecution. Flee from Roman persecution. Go ahead. And slavery. And slavery. Go ahead. The slave markets. The slave markets. Hold on. I'll do that. The slave markets. All right. Full of black Jewish slaves. Full of what? Black African slaves? Black Jewish slaves. Black Jewish slaves. See that? Look, page 40. Babylon to Timbuktu, page 40. Yep, read that. Thousands of Jews migrated to Egypt. Read again. Thousands of Jews migrated to Egypt. Go ahead. And Arabia. And where? And Arabia. See where we were at? In Arabia also. Go ahead. When the Roman general Titus destroyed the city of Jerusalem in 70 AD. See that? So we fled from the road. We fled into Egypt.
And we're in 2014.
So when Muhammad got over there, he ran, he saw us there. You understand? That's what I want. See that. Page 88. Babylon to Timbuktu, page 88. The largest exodus of the Jews occurred during the persecution. During the what? During the persecution by the Arabs. By the who? By the Arabs. By the Arabs. Go ahead. Led by Muhammad. Led by who? Muhammad. Led by Muhammad, sister. Go ahead. He had said on his dying bed. He had said in his deathbed. Go ahead. That he wanted Islam to be supreme throughout all of Arabia. And where were Jews fleeing from? But where? Egypt and Arabia. So the Arabs that sold us
the slave trade to Asia, that's who was responsible for it. Muhammad. That's all I wanted. Oh. Now.
Thank you.
All right, sister. Give me the book of Joel 3 and verse 21. So how did black people get to Africa? How did we get over there? We fled there from Roman persecution. We are not Africans. You so-called black people out here, you're not Africans. You fled from Jerusalem and you hid in Africa to hide from the Romans. Period. Read that. Luke 21, verse 20. And the Messiah prophesied was going to happen before it took place. Years before. Read.
And when ye shall see Jerusalem compassed with armies.
You will see Jerusalem surrounded by what? By Roman armies. Go ahead.
But know that the desolation thereof is nigh.
The land will lose its people. It will be desolate. Go ahead.
Then let them which are in Judea,
those which are in Jerusalem, what?
that which are in Judea, flee to the mountains.
Flee where?
To the mountains.
13. 92:13. Flee to the mountains. Where the mountains located? The same place where Joseph and Mary took their son Christ to flee from Herod is where Israel fled to flee from the Romans. The same exact place.
Matthew 2, verse 13.
Yes. Some of y'all believe that Joseph and Mary look like this nigga here. No. Joseph and Mary did not and never will ever look like this bastard here. Ever.
That's right.
Read that.
And when they were departed, behold, the angel of the Lord appeared to Joseph.
An angel came to Joseph and said, what?
In a dream, saying, arise and take the young child and his mother.
Take the young child and his mother. Go ahead.
And flee into Egypt.
Flee where?
Into Egypt.
Go ahead.
And be thou there until I bring thee word.
Because Herod was trying to kill Christ before he was born. So, why would an angel tell a white couple to hide in Africa from a white man? What sense does that make? You're going to hide to do what? To blend in with everybody else. So Joseph, Mary, and their son Christ obviously passed for what? They passed the white folks? Hell no. They passed for Africans. They passed black. Negro, dark. Yeah, go hide to a white man amongst other Africans. That makes sense. That's like trying to hide a red pen in a pile of blue pens. You're going to find it. Go back to Luke 21.
Luke 21, verse 20.
So once again, we are not Africans. We were refugees that were hiding in Africa, and the Africans that were there attacked us under Islam and sold us over here.
That's right.
They sold us. Now you may say, well, what is blacks? There's no blacks. Let's say some blacks were involved. Let's say some blacks were involved. Name one black family today that profits from that slave trade that their ancestors are involved in. Name it. You can't name any. Read that, please.
And when you shall
They were, don't make a difference. They got sold in slavery also. Read that.
And when you shall see Jerusalem compassed with armies, then know that the desolation thereof is nigh.
Go ahead.
Then let them which are in Judea flee to the mountains.
Flee into Africa, because Africa was close to Israel. Go ahead.
And let them which are in the midst of it depart out.
Those who are in the midst of Jerusalem, get out of there. Escape. Go ahead.
And let not them that are in the countries enter thereinto.
Those who live outside Jerusalem, don't come back. Go ahead.
For these be the days of vengeance.
God's anger. God's prophecies. Go ahead.
That all things which are written
In Deuteronomy 28,
may be fulfilled.
they make the Bible a true book. The slave trade confirms the Bible is a true book. Without the slave trade, the Bible's garbage. That's what the so-called white man's trying to move it out the schools. Because they know that the slave trade is the foundation of the Bible.
That's right.
If you bring the Bible to our people and show them that they were born in slavery because the Bible says so, that right there does what? Connects us to our identity. So they have to remove that from the schools altogether. It's a threat. The slave trade is a threat to America's system. Once we learn our way here, it's a wrap. Read that.
But woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days.
Because during that time, our people were forced into starvation. Rome surrounded Jerusalem, cut up our water and our food. We began to eat our kids. Go ahead.
For there shall be great distress in the land,
Death, starvation, famine. Go ahead.
and wrath upon this people,
God's wrath upon our people. Go ahead.
and they shall fall by the edge of the sword.
Our people who survived the starvation and the famine, they got killed by the edge of the sword, by the Roman sword in 70 AD. Go ahead.
And shall be led away captive.
It shall be what?
Led away captive
Where?
into all nations.
What happened to Israel?
Be led away captive into all nations.
They got sold everywhere. That's what God said. For breaking his laws, I'm going to put you in slavery, and I'm going to have you sold everywhere. Read.
And Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles.
And Jerusalem shall be walked upon, trodden down upon by what?
Of the Gentiles.
Of nations who are not Jews, imposters, invaders, robbers, who don't belong there, which will be your so-called Israeli today and your Palestinian today. Go ahead.
Until the times of the Gentiles
Until their time in those lands what?
be fulfilled.
Until World War III takes place.
Right.
It's coming.
Right.
World War III is popping off sooner than you think. Huh?
Shalom, Israel. I'm Elder Nathaniel of Israel United in Christ. YouTube likes to shut our channels down, as some of you have noticed, ever so often. Subscribing to join IUIC will assure you will always stay connected to our YouTube accounts. We want to do our best to make sure this truth gets out. Please click and join our subscriber YouTube channel called Join IUIC to stay linked to all of our videos. So again, please make sure you subscribe to this Join IUIC channel to get your latest updates from all our YouTube channels. Shalom.